Happy Wednesday, everybody. Max here with your fix of gaming news. Coming up, Xbox top brass weighs in on the prospect of $1,000 game consoles, and yet another no-show from The Elder Scrolls 6, plus Capcom gives some clarification on what to expect from Resident Evil Veronica. Let's get into it. This current console generation is the first one on record in which the price of gaming hardware has increased since it launched, which has raised a lot of concern over how much the next generation will cost when it's brand new. Well, Xbox CEO Asha Sharma is aware that this hobby is rapidly becoming too expensive for the average consumer. In a recent interview with Fortune, Sharma stated, quote, "I think we've reached a point where it will be hard to imagine that mass audiences can afford thousands of dollars to spend on a console generation, and so I think we will start to see radically different business models that we never expected start to come into orbit later this year." What these business models could be is anyone's guess, but Sharma did address the issue of Xbox's move away from its first-party games being console exclusive. She also told Fortune, quote, "I think that we are the #2 publishers in the world, and when you do that, you want your games to be everywhere. You're stronger when the world plays with you. At the same time, we're increasingly becoming more of a platform, and it's hard to find examples of platforms out there that don't have exclusive services and content. And so this is a journey for us. Our business isn't particularly healthy, so we're starting by introducing 1 or 2 signature exclusives, and as the business is healthy, we will look to try and do more." Microsoft has kind of painted itself into a corner in these last few years. The now defunct "This is an Xbox" marketing campaign encouraged players to engage with the ecosystem on various devices besides an actual Xbox console. Meanwhile, Xbox Game Studios ported former Xbox console exclusive games onto PlayStation and Nintendo hardware, and all that, coupled with the rising price of Xbox Series X and S hardware, hasn't exactly made a compelling case to buy Microsoft's consoles. What do you think Xbox needs to do to get back on its feet this next console generation? Something more powerful, less expensive, or maybe a little bit of both? Let me know in the comments below. One Microsoft-published game that could absolutely move a few Xbox consoles whenever it comes out is The Elder Scrolls 6, Bethesda's long-awaited follow-up to Skyrim. Last week marked the 8-year anniversary of its initial announcement, and since then we've heard, well, basically nothing about it. This doesn't exactly change anything, but in an interview with Variety, Xbox Chief Content Officer Matt Booty gave a few non-updates on the RPG. He said, quote, "I would say one of the more challenging balancing acts of someone in a job like mine is balancing that you want to go show the world all the cool stuff you're working on, and you want to get them excited early, but we also know that we want to wait till the right moment. And when you decide to show it, you want it to be the best you've got. And also, that when you show the game, you're also giving them a promise of, hey, it's coming soon. So I can tell you, having visited Bethesda and sat with Todd and seen Elder Scrolls playing, it looks amazing and it's coming along well, and we'll make sure to announce it and really reveal it at the right time." In terms of game announcements and subsequent releases, Bethesda had a pretty good cadence for a second there. Skyrim got a teaser in December 2010 that revealed it would launch on 11/11/11, just shy of 11 months after that announcement. Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 were both officially revealed less than 6 months before they eventually launched in 2015 and 2018 respectively, but Starfield broke that streak. Revealed in 2018, it suffered several delays before finally launching in 2023. Meanwhile, The Elder Scrolls 6 was also announced in 2018 and, well, here we are. I think best case scenario, it's a return to form and Bethesda gives it a big, huge full reveal next summer ahead of a fall release. Jury's out on whether or not it'll top Skyrim as a game, but it definitely cannot top Skyrim's release date. 11/11/11, that's so good! Meanwhile, just a few months after we got Resident Evil Requiem, Capcom revealed a new one is slated for release early next year, which certainly got plenty of people excited, myself included. Game Fest kicked off last Friday with a trailer for Resident Evil Veronica, a remake of Code Veronica, originally released for the Sega Dreamcast back in 2000. Unlike the original, which was played entirely third-person, the new reveal trailer was entirely shown in a first-person perspective, leaving some fans a bit confused as to what this thing would actually look like. Well, Capcom assures the actual game won't be such a huge departure from what it's remaking. Speaking to IGN, RE Veronica producer Yoshiaki Hirabayashi confirmed that it will be third person, adding, quote, "The team behind this remake is the same team that handled the Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 remakes. So if you looked at the past remakes that this team has created, you can probably sense a certain mindset that we have when we make a game, and that mindset includes preserving those iconic and key aspects of the title." Capcom's still playing things pretty close to the chest, but that statement doesn't exactly guarantee it will be exclusively played in third person. Resident Evil Requiem let players switch between first and third person perspective, and the primarily first person Resident Evil Village added a third person mode post-launch. Meanwhile, the RE4 remake could be played from Leon's perspective using some PlayStation VR exclusive DLC, so it's not outside the realm of possibility that Veronica offers the best of both worlds. Of course, on the other hand, the remake of Resident Evil 3 opened with a first-person sequence before kicking into third person for the majority of its runtime, so we'll have to wait and see for ourselves. Or maybe see for someone else because it's the first-person perspective. I don't know. You work with me here. Hey, real quick, IGN Live is over, but you can still score the IGN Live Humble Bundle, which includes some awesome games including Control Ultimate Edition, Paradise Killer, Roller Drome, and Blair Witch. You can score 9 full games for just $10, and every purchase helps support Child's Play. Head over to humble.com today and grab some awesome games while also helping an awesome cause. That is your fix for Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. I'm Max Scoville, and for all things gaming, you're already in the right place, IGN.